A very good morning. You're watching News 9 with me, Akshita, and first up, in a city where sickos seem to be having a field day, one spunky young woman has sent out a powerful message worth emulating. Veena Ashia Chindlur was on her daily jog in the neighborhood park on Friday morning when a man started sexually harassing her.
Get lost! Right now! Show your face this side! Hey, bloody hell, get lost now! Wow, I clicked his picture. How dare you do that? No. How dare? You want us to beat you up?
Sorry.
No, just show your face this side! Lay down! Lay down! Get lost! Right now! Show your face this side! Hey, bloody hell, get lost now!
And well, instead of letting it pass as the staple nuisance women face, Veena decided to take him on. She chased him till she caught up with him, hit him, and then complained to the police. Luckily for the residents of Jayanagar 7th block, her friend who was working out along with her immediately pulled out her phone to take pictures of the accused, but she ended up recording the entire chase. The snapshots were given to the police, who responded promptly to their call and within 40 minutes traced the man loitering in the area and arrested him. This video was shared by the brave woman on the Win Bangalore back page on Facebook, and she's received over 3,500 likes for her actions. Well, in fact, we spoke to Veena earlier in the day. Here's what she had to say about the incident.
You know, I think we have been tolerating this for a lot, and I think there was that instinct of me which said, this is enough, I'm not going to take it. And hence, I'm a big believer that if you allow eve teasing to happen, it would lead to rape one day, right?
Right.
And hence, I stood up at that moment. But I'm extremely thankful to my friend also there, who was there and, had that sharp of a presence of mind to record it, and that acted as an evidence for us. We were able to nab him down. Police guys were extremely cooperative. The whole process, not even once I felt that our system isn't strong or, people are not responding or anybody tried to shoo me, nothing like that. In 40 minutes of going to the police station, they were able to catch hold of him. And, and the complaint has been launched. So here's one thing. I think being brave is one part, but being extremely smart about it is the key. You have to assess the situation before you react, because a lot of things can boomerang. The fact that there is an inherent vulnerability because of the fact that we might not be physically that strong. So you have to be extremely careful and smart about your move. And if you have somebody else with you, and if you can assess that, yes, this is a time where I can, and I cannot explain how you're going to assess it, but you would know it, right? Doing this alone is harder,
Right.
and can have repercussions. And that's what I want to tell women, that be brave, but be smart. That's the first thing you have to do. So if you can't retaliate or if you can't attack, can you click a picture at least? Can you go to the nearest police station and tell them that, please, register this as a complaint and make this guy as a criminal record, so that at least they know. So this was my sister-in-law, Varsha, and a lot of things happened before the video. I tried chasing him. He ran on the other side of the road, and I again chased him back. It was a part of the whole incident which my sister-in-law managed to capture. Because
Right.
before this, the whole time she was just trying to make sure she's able to click a picture, because we could see that he would run away.
Right.
Because from the very first instance when we protested, he started running away.
Right.
And hence, at some point, my sister-in-law thought that it would be harder to get a picture because he was running, and hence she recorded it.
Well, that was Veena speaking to us and taking us through exactly what took place. She's also gone ahead and stated that it was almost like she had had enough of being eve-teased, of people passing comments, which is why she decided to take such an action. In fact, it's understood that she chased down this particular man, refused to let him go, made him kneel down on the road and then kicked him. And finally, he ran away. That's what took place. He was trying to cover his face with the helmet, as you can see, trying to ensure that they cannot take pictures of him. But this woman has been, in fact, lauded for her bravery, for ensuring that if anyone dares to go ahead and pass such comments, they will go ahead and face the consequences. It sends out a very, very strong message to all the perverts out there that they cannot get away with it every single time. But as Veena stated, of course, you need to take a number of things into consideration before you take such actions. You need to ensure that this man cannot physically overpower you, and the situation calls for him to be subdued. In fact, we understand that the video has been posted on Facebook. A lot of people have gone ahead and lauded her effort.
Right now. Show your face this side.
And moving on, in a horrific accident in Chikkodi, a multi-utility vehicle rammed into a stationary lorry. 3 people died on the spot, while 5 of the injured persons have been rushed to the hospital. The deceased have been identified as Dinesh Desai, Kiran Jogole and Bhima Rao. All the deceased are natives of the neighbouring state, Maharashtra. As you can see there, this particular car has been torn apart to bits and pieces. It is understood that this multi-utility vehicle rammed into a stationary lorry. It took place late last night, and the Jeep, of course, did not see the lorry parked there and went right into it. This was in Chikkodi. We understand that 3 people were killed in this accident, while 5 others have been rushed to a hospital for treatment. All of the people travelling in that particular MUV were from Maharashtra. And it was horror on the Davangere highway. A bus heading to Mangalore collided with a lorry head-on near Arakere camp of Honnalli Taluk. The head-on collision of the 2 vehicles resulted in a blast, and both the vehicles were on fire. 1 person has died in the accident, while 32 have suffered grave injuries. Well, as you can see there, the mangled remains of that particular bus, and it is understood that the bus was heading to Mangalore. It collided with a lorry head-on. There is no word on exactly who was responsible, whether it was the lorry driver's fault or the bus driver, but we understand that 1 person has been killed, 32 others having been injured. It is understood that soon after the incident took place, both the vehicles caught fire. There was a blast of sorts. Very fortunately, not a huge death toll there. In these kind of accidents, we have seen that the death toll mounts to at least a half of the number of people on that particular bus. In this particular case, all the people who were on board that bus have suffered injuries, either burn injuries or in fact due to the impact of that accident. But it looks like 1 person has been killed. There's no word on his identity as of now. We understand, of course, that the police immediately reached the spot. The fire department was also called in to ensure that the fire was brought under control. Both these accidents, of course, in Chikkodi and Davangere took place late last night, and we understand that while in Chikkodi 3 people were killed, Davangere 1 person was killed. But in both cases, a lorry being involved. In Chikkodi, of course, it was a stationary lorry. The driver seems to have not seen the lorry parked on the side and rammed right into it. In Davangere, it was a head-on collision.